Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. A little geek, a little chic. Today, we're going to talk about books. I have some coffee. I have a book haul for you guys. And it's good to see you again. Okay, so I'm back. I have a book haul. I've been saving them up to talk to you guys. It's a lot. I'm not going to talk about all of them. I will go through them. And, yeah, I'll kind of give you a little synopsis of them quickly. I have a friend coming over today for coffee, and if you can hear that noise in the background, the dog is chewing on something. Her chew, obviously, not just something. And we're going to do this book haul so that I can put these books on my shelf. And when she comes over, she wants to borrow some books, and I know some of them she might be interested in, and I am not one to gatekeep them. I let people borrow them, even if I haven't read them yet, as long as they come back in decent condition. So, by decent, I mean the same as when I lent them out. Let's get into this. So, whilst I'm grabbing these books, we'll have a little combo. Number one, where have I been? Volunteering for that sports team, the hockey team that I volunteer for. They made the playoffs, and when your team makes the playoffs, it is absolute mayhem, and all you do in your spare time is figure out staffing, volunteers, doing paperwork up, doing sign-in sheets up, getting stuff sent in. So I work my regular job, and then I do that in the evenings, on my coffee breaks, on my lunch hour. It's a lot, but I'm sad that they're out. I would have loved if they would have made it to the final. The final is going on right now. So there is still one more team from my province that's left. Hopefully they make it to the Memorial Cup. Fingers crossed. I'm cheering for them now because representing the province, and they are a good team, and those guys deserve props as well. Yes, I'm sad that my team's out, but it was a heck of a run, and they did a really good job. So can't fault them for anything, and I'm glad because I have more time now, and I'm back here with you guys. So my husband has recently gotten into reading. I know. Cue surprise. One book is over in the bedroom. That is two books, actually. Catch-22, he recently purchased, so that's on our bookshelf now, so I can talk about that one. And Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. He also has recently got Don Quixote, Beowulf. These are all classics, you guys. The Iliad, which is Greek mythology. Okay, so The Great Gatsby. The Picture of Dorian Gray. The Scarlet Letter. And he's got a couple more classics. These were just right on the floor beside me. These were all purchased, those ones were purchased secondhand, I believe, at the book sale that we have twice a year in our city for the symphony, and I got some good books this year. So let's get into those next. So that was what he got from there. Again, not going to give you too much of a synopsis on these. This one I found at a free little library. Or did I get it from a yard sale? Don't remember. Definitely a secondhand book. There's stickers on it, which I hate, but I'll read it anyway. And I doubt it's going to stay on my shelf forever. It's not going to be a forever favorite, so I'll just read it and then pass it on to someone else. But it's called I See You by Claire McIntosh. I know nothing about this, only that it sounds good. There's a classified ad, and it's her. And it's listing a website called findtheone.com. Then there's other weird women appearing in the same ad. Then they start becoming victims of more violent crimes. So, yeah, not too sure what this is. Don't want to read too much into thrillers because you don't want to have your brain start putting stuff together before you read it. But this sounded interesting, so I thought, you know what, for like $2 a yard sale, I'll give it a try. Then from the Symphony book sale, I got Wishful Drinking by Carrie Fisher. Her book I haven't read yet, so I'm excited about this. Then we have Harlan Coben, Runaway. I have read none of these gentlemen's books. I've heard good things about them, but I have yet to read one. So I got that one at the Symphony, and I also got The Boy from the Woods. So I really like the covers. The covers are super fun. If you have read any of his books, let me know in the comments down below. Did you like them? What's he like? What kind of author is he like? Is it more scary fiction, mystery fiction, thriller, just like straight thriller? What am I getting into here with this one? So I picked up those two, and I thought maybe I'll give him a try. Who knows? Maybe I'll like him. I'm not a huge fan of Grisham. Is that him? He's a super popular mystery thriller writer kind of thing. I'm not a huge fan of his. I think it's Grisham. So if he's like him, I might not like it. But for like I think they were $2.50. I'll give him a whirl, to quote Kevin McAllister. Then I got Whatever Happened To. It's like famous Canadians, because y'all know I'm Canadian, and what happened to them? Mr. Dress Up at the top. Oh, my heart. So yeah, had to get this and see what was up with this one, because there's famous Canadians, famous items. I think that's like an old snowmobile, like a bomb raider maybe, that disappeared into the abyss. Yeah. So this is just fun to pick up and read a couple pages here and there. I'm excited about that one. Then I got, that's not from a yard sale, put that in the pile. Where the Grass is Green and the Girls Are Pretty. Okay, by Lauren Weisberger. I think that's how you pronounce her name. I've never been able to pronounce her name properly. I have a few of her books already. I know my friend really likes these ones, so she probably will want to borrow this one, which is fine by me. It says, A Seat at the Anchor's Desk is the most watched morning show recognized by millions across the country. Thanks in part to her flawless blonde highlights and Botox smooth skin, an adoring husband, and a Princeton-bound daughter, Peyton is the woman. She has it all. Until Sky, her sister, is a stay-at-home mom living in a glitzy suburb of New York. She has degrees from all the right schools and can helicopter parent with the best of them. But Sky is different from the rest. She's looking for something real and dreams of a life beyond the PTA and pickup. Until Max Peyton, bright and quirky 17-year-old daughter, is poised to kiss her fancy private school goodbye and head off to pursue her dreams in film. She's waited her entire life for this opportunity. Until one little lie, that's all it takes for the illusion to crack, for resentments to surface. Suddenly the grass doesn't look so green, and they're left wondering, will they have what it takes to survive the truth? Sounds entertaining, like a literary contemporary fiction kind of thing. Good summary read. I'm down for this one. It was like $2 at the book sale. Again, this one's not from the book sale. We'll put that in the other pile. I bought a copy of Lethal White by Robert Galbraith. So it is huge. If you're not familiar, Corman Strike, I believe is the guy's name. It's a book about a private investigator who solves mysteries. Cuckoo's Calling is over on that shelf. It is the first one. It is Robert Galbraith, aka J.K. Rowling's pen name. Great story, great plot, great characters. Highly recommend these if you like detective mysteries. The Cuckoo's Calling was great. There is The Silkworm, A Career of Evil, and Lethal White. I do have Lethal White in the paperback, and I think I will keep the paperback, but for $3, I had to bring it home and see what I wanted, because they did have the last one, or the second last one, at the book sale. Troubled Blood. These are gigantic, you guys. But they didn't have paperback, so I got this one, and I think I'll keep this one, and I will get rid of this one. If I ever find the paperbacks, I'll switch to them, because they just take up less room, and they're so much easier to read. But this one is actually, it lays pretty good, so I might be impressed. Again, this book sale is great. These things have like never been touched, read, cracked. I feel like you get a heck of a deal for $3. Especially since they're usually like $40 for these giant tomes. Yeah, so this one will probably get donated to my friend. She has, Kim over at Bookshelf Bunny. She has a free little library at her place, and I like to donate to her free little library when I can. Then I got A Serial Killer's Daughter. This is the story of a young woman who lives a normal childhood, thinks everything's fine, doesn't know anything different, until she realizes that she's the daughter of the BTK killer. And then she starts to put pieces together from her life and realizing that, like, what was there, if there were cues and all that kind of stuff. And it sounds super entertaining, and I am there for it. I like true crime. I like stuff like that. And this sounds like it could be deep, and I like it. So I'm going to read this probably this summer, hopefully. It'll be one of my non-fictions. And then I picked up an OG favorite from BookTube, you guys, that I still haven't read yet. Shocker. And everyone's telling me to read it, so here she is. I got this at the book sale for $2. 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. What do I know about it? Everything you guys know. I haven't been spoiled, so that's cool. But I am here to read it, and let's see, because it has a huge fan base. It is well loved, and I'm going to test it out. Okay. I think, yeah, I had to check. That's all the ones that I got at the book sale. Now, I had a birthday in April, so I have some books from that. I hit some good sales, so I have some books from that. And, yeah. Let's see. We have one. Woman of Good Fortune. This is about a lady who's supposed to marry the most eligible bachelor in China. She wants to do it because it'll be worth a lot of money to her. But she also just wants to marry for love. And she's like, do I do it for the money or do I not? And then her and her girlfriends just try to figure out, it's not a spoilers on the inside thing, a way to get her to part of the wedding. And then when they know which room all the gifts and expensive stuff gets put in, they're going to do a heist. And then she's going to call off the wedding and all the stuff's going to be gone. And then they're going to make off with the fortune. So that's their plot. Anyway, so see if that goes to plan. Sounds entertaining. The Wishing Game is about a lady who is a teacher. And she is teaching students. One student is an orphan and she wants to adopt him. And they are kindred souls. But she doesn't have the financial means to adopt this kid. Till she gets a message from this author who writes things like basically think Lord of the Rings style, and then there's a new book that comes out in his, or like what's the other one that was super popular, it has so many books, now here it goes, I can't remember it. It was a Netflix show also. Was it a Netflix show or an HBO show? I don't remember. Anyway, he writes this series and he writes his final book in the series, but he offers it up to a group of people to come play this game at his place of residence or where he's set it up. And the winner will get to the publishing rights for this last novel, basically making them filthy rich. So she's going to enter and hopefully it's fine, in case you guys were wondering. All good. She's going to enter and hopefully win so that she can adopt this child. So, sounds entertaining. I'm going to give it a read. I'll let it recover over there for a minute. Next up, I got Carly Fortune's new book, Canadian author. Stand by this. What a pretty cover. Oh, it's giving me the best sunset vibes. It's set in Prince Edward Island. That's all I need to know. It's about someone who maybe gets involved with someone they shouldn't based on what it says back here. And it says, this summer they'll keep their promise. This summer they won't give in to temptation. This summer will be different. Sold. That's another one that my friend might want to borrow. She's read all the other ones, so. Next up, we have a series book. Finlay Donovan rolls the dice. Finlay's back let's see what she's got in store. Not going to read anything. If you want to read Finley Donovan, I think it was looking, where is it? It's up here somewhere. It's on my shelf. If you want to read Finley Donovan, start with book 1. Go through the series. It's hilarious. It's fantastic. I love this character. It's kind of a cozy mystery kind of vibe. It's set up like a cozy mystery, but it's a little bit more plot and it's more fun, in my mind anyway. We also have In the Weeds by B.K. Borson. This is the second book in this series, the Love Light Farm series that we read. I don't remember where it is. Right here. Love Light Farms. We read that in the winter. It was about the tree farm and her trying to make it successful again. And this follows the farmhand and the social media influencer that comes to the farm. So I'm so excited to read this. This is definitely on the list rather shortly. Then we have Butcher and Blackbird. Again, I don't know much about this one besides it's a romance, a very dark romance set between 2 serial killers who end up in some kind of romantic competition entanglement situation. Again, sold. The Queen, Allie Hazelwood. Do I have all of her books over here? Yeah. Do I now have this one? Yeah. It is a love story between a werewolf and a vampire or a witch, or I can't remember what she was, but something of that nature. And I am here for it. And I am going to read this, and I think I'm going to save it for fall because it just gives off those Halloween-y vibes. I've got a lot of romancy stuff to read, and this is a love, like a romance, but it's her first into like this paranormal type of situation romance, and I'm here for it. So, yeah, a vampire and a werewolf. Sounds perfect. For fall, when you want like a romance, but you also want something themed. The next one isn't much of a reading material at all. It's basically just for me when I want to have a moment to calm down, drink some coffee. I have Sudoku book. I like Sudoku. This book is the 3rd book in a series. I have the first 2 books, one I purchased. The second one, Blood and Honey, I got from my friend's free little library. And then I found this one on sale, and it is Gods and Monsters, which is the 3rd book in the Serpent and Dove trilogy. When am I going to get to this? Hopefully soon. Fantasies are more of like a fall thing for me though, so here's 2 more books that my husband picked up. Oops. We are on a roll, guys. I got them. We have, this one's still got the sticker on it. Let me see if I can get it off. I've already thrown it on the ground. Might as well bend it a little bit, get the sticker off. The Red Badge of Courage and Uncle Tom's Cabin. Classics again. He's in this classic kick. He's never read anything, and then he starts reading classics, and he's telling me, like, I want to read 1984, I want to read Animal Farm, I said, okay. I'm probably not going to partake in so much of your classics. Like, some of the classics, like Gatsby, I do want to read. And I do have some good classics in here on my shelves that I really love the look of. And I am a fan of, I did get a book, actually, by Charles Dickens, that's absolutely stunning, that I don't think I've hauled yet. But it is a leather-bound copy of all of his Christmas works, and it is stunning. And I bought it as a coffee table book for Christmas time at the book sale. I got it for like $3. It's never been open, you guys. It's so pretty. So I do like him. However, I might dabble in some of these because now we have them. And he's seeming to like them, so I might help him so that he gives him someone to discuss stuff with. Read them. Let me grab a couple more. I swear we're almost done. I have Ascendance of a Bookworm. My mind, I thought this was a manga. But I think it's a manga that they've now put in an easy way for Canadians or stuff to read it. But anyway, it's about a lady who loves books ever since she was a little girl. An accident happens. She dies in it. I think she gets crushed by some bookshelves. Ouch. And then she's reborn into another world she knows nothing about. And that's what I know. Apparently it's phenomenal. Yeah. It says on the front, I'll do anything to become a librarian. So let's see. Might be really good. Gavin from Gavin Reads, I think is what it is now. It was Gavin, How to Train Your Gavin, but now I think it's Gavin Reads. He really liked that. He's really enjoying that series. So I decided to give it a tester. Then I got an Emily Wyberly and Austin Sigmund Broca book called The Breakup Tour. Gives you total Taylor Swift vibes. And it's about someone who writes a song. Her ex-boyfriend thinks it's about him. She quickly quashes that by going to ask her ex-bandmate to come back on tour with her because the song is about that person and maybe they rekindle. This sounds awesome. Excited to read this. Sounds like a fun summer read for the lake and I am there for it. Then I got this weird one that I read and it just intrigued me. It's called Interesting Facts About Space. Enid is obsessed with space. She can tell you all about black holes and their ability to spaghettify you without batting an eye in fear. Her one major phobia, bald men. But she tries to keep that one under wraps. When she's not listening to her favorite true crime podcast on a loop, she's going out with a rotation of women from a dating app. At the same time, she's trying to forge a new relationship with her estranged half-sister after the death of her absent father. She unwittingly plunges into her first serious romantic entanglement. Enid starts to believe that someone is following her as her paranoia spirals out of control. She must contend with the mounting suspicion that something is seriously wrong with her, because at the end of the day, there's only one person she can't outrun, and that's herself. And it says that it's quirky, funny, intense. It sounds really interesting. So I'm going to give it a try. And we'll see. And I'll let you guys know what I think, because this sounds weird and cool and weird all at the same time. So, yeah. I think it was a Canadian author, too. I like getting some Canadian authors in there, because I feel like they don't get as much hype and push from the publishing industry as the American authors. So, okay, 2 more here. Oh, I got 2 more there and 1 more on my lap. The Fury by Alex Macalades. Everybody knows Alex Macalades. Silent Patient. This is The Fury. It's about a tale of murder on a movie star's secluded island, and I'm here for it. So that's all I need to know. It's a thriller. Don't want to spoil myself. Sounds good. Then I picked up a Canadian author's first fantasy novel, I believe. It is set around a dark circus, and if you know me, love me a dark circus. Caraval series. One of my favorite books of all times is The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. Oh, just love. So this said it was a dark circus. It's a fantasy. I'm sold. Stunning. Sanctuary of the Shadow. Phenomenal. How beautiful. And the pages. Oh, you guys, this book is gorgeous. And I am excited to read it. So that's what I know about it. Let's see if I enjoy it. I have a feeling I will. And pick up the last 2 books that are on the floor and the one in my lap. So I have Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. I have heard amazing things about this book. I have not read anything by Abby Jimenez, so fingers crossed I enjoy it. It's about a lady and a man who meet. Every time he breaks up with someone, they find the love of their life next person they date. She realizes that this sounds exactly like her problem. Same thing. So they decide to cheat the system. They are going to date each other, and then once they break up after the summer, they are going to find the loves of their lives, and it's all going to be fantastic. And it's a chunker, you guys. It's like 400 pages, but I've heard nothing about this negative. I've heard that Abby Jimenez is awesome. If you like a summery romance kind of a vibe, this is for you. So I'm going to test it out because it sounds right up my alley. I also got another one of our favorite authors on this channel. Funny Story by Emily Henry. Did I pick it up right when it came out? Sure did. Did I want to wait for the paperback? A little bit. But then did I pick it up right when it came out? Sure did. So this is about a lady who loves to hear how her boyfriend tells the story of how they met. her fiance, sorry, and then realizes one day that that's not the story of how they met. That's the story of how him and someone else met. And he realizes that too and decides, oh, maybe I'm not supposed to be with you. And so he gets back together with the one that's part of the story. And she moves in to an apartment with this guy who's recently been dumped by his fiance, aka the one that was on the other side of that story. And these two are now roommates. They both got left from their fiancés for each other's fiance, and now they are together. Someone told me that, oh my gosh, that sounds like what happened with Shania Twain. And I was like, it does kind of sound like what happened with Shania Twain. But I'm down to read this and see how this pans out. Apparently they are opposites, and he's quiet and bruised, and so she. And so this is going to be super fun to read. I'm very excited for this one. And finally, drum roll, it's a nonfiction. But I am super intrigued. I picked up The Art Thief by Michael Finkel. It's about an art thief. It's true. Who stole pieces of art from places like the Louvre, and he did it just for his own good. And he put them in his basement so he could look at them. He made special rooms for them so he could go look at them. Nobody knew he had them, and he'd just like hide them. So I'm very intrigued to find out like how he did it, why he did it, what was going on in there. This sounds super good. So pick this up. And I'm going to read this one hopefully soon also. Very excited about that. Woo, yeah, that's it. Those are the books. I am so happy to be back. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to get back to you soon probably. I'm thinking with a wrap up at the end of the month, hopefully. I'm currently reading I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. It's up there, so I'm just looking so I can pronounce her name right, because I wasn't super into her Nickelodeon stuff, but ever since the Quiet on Set thing came out, holy cow, need to read it. So I'm reading that one. I'm almost done it. And I'm also reading Romantic Comedy by Curtis Sittenfeld, I think is the name. Sorry if that's wrong. And I'm also really enjoying that one. So I will be back soon with another video. Thank you so much for watching. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this video, and stay tuned for more content from me. Hopefully I can bring you guys a vlog soon so you can see some more Ginny content of the puppy and what she's up to. Thanks for watching.